Hey guys, Dave Nader right here, and today I got another video for you. Today I am reviewing the movie The Conjuring 2. Now, this just came out on June 10th. I did see it today, which is June 10th, but I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be uploaded on the release day. I hope it'll be at least uploaded June 11th. But anyways, that's besides the point. So, I did review The Conjuring about 11 or so months ago. And if you saw that review, you know that I really like that movie quite a bit. I actually kind of loved it. It's one of my favorite horror movies of the past couple decades, really. Well, decade at least. And I thought it was really well directed, very scary, just really intense, good movie with great acting. And so I was very excited for this movie because I've loved pretty much everything James Wan has done. I haven't seen Dead Silence, admittedly, but I have been meaning to get around to that. But anyways, yeah, I really liked the first two Insidious movies, because the third one was directed by Lee Winnell, although that was also really good. I just said I really like The Conjuring. And so yeah, very excited to see this movie. Now, this movie is, again, about the characters Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are based on the real-life investigators, who are called Ed and Lorraine Warren, and here they're played by Vera Farmiga, who's Lorraine, and Patrick Wilson, who's Ed. And this time around they come to London to help out a family that is, of course, being haunted. And, well, that's a very simplistic way to describe the plot. But the thing is, this movie does kind of go the route of standard horror movies. There's a lot of the tropes and technically, you could call them cliches here. But it's all about the way it's done. Honestly, I thought this movie was pretty great. I mean, I really liked it in some ways. It's actually a superior film to the first movie, which I wasn't expecting. I was at least hoping that this would be decent, but it's kind of better than the first one. Now, it's pretty scary. I mean, that's the first thing you probably want to know, when I'm reviewing a horror movie. Is it scary? Yeah. Yeah, I was on edge throughout the entire movie. I mean, after the halfway point, or not even after that, like after the first 30 minutes, consistently I was just like, what is going to happen? I kept on really getting on edge. I did definitely jump several times. There were times where I was just like, damn, sorry, cussing, but it's intense. I would say that the first one is creepier. It's a little bit more unsettling than this movie, but this movie is more intense, and that's because of the characters. Now, the first movie had really good characters with Ed and Lorraine Warren, and also the mother of the family, and pretty much everyone in the movie did a good job acting, but not everyone was really fleshed out. You didn't get to know everyone. This movie takes more time to really develop and let you get to know the characters in this movie. Pretty much all the kids, one girl in particular who's 11 years old, who's mainly the focus of what this, either ghostly or demonic entity wants. And, it's mainly targeting her to do bad things to this family, without giving stuff away, of course. And as far as kid actors go, she's pretty much the best that you can get. Pretty much everyone in this movie was good. Like, all the kid actors in the first movie were really good, but they're even better here, and also just the characterization is much better handled in this movie. The dialogue is also improved. Like, again, the first movie had good acting, but this movie has even better acting, I think, along with better characterization, more screen time for the characters, for you to get to know them. Did I say better dialogue? I think it did, but still, better dialogue, and just overall just more likable people, and even then Lorraine Warren, they're already awesome in the first movie, but here you really get to delve into their relationship, and it's frankly heartwarming. I really liked, kind of the... there are parts in this movie that you might consider schmaltzy, like really, they're going there with it, but I don't know, for my taste, I actually really liked just the emotional connections that the characters made, and just overall, this movie is structured better than the first movie. Like, the first movie was really entertaining and scary, but just the pacing in the second half at times got a little bit drawn out, and the story just didn't exactly wow me. The movie was still scary, but it's just the story, I was just kind of like, eh. But this movie goes into different aspects, this kind of goes into more of the skepticism. Like, there are characters that come onto the scene and are just kind of like, and they're picking it apart and saying, like, okay, this is why I think this is fake, and also this added to this, and like, well, okay, that's creepy, but this is more, that easily could have been conjured up, The Conjuring, but anyways, or conjured up by, just a person to prank everyone, and so, there's a bit of a, sort of a moral dilemma with some of the characters, like, is everything that's happening all in their heads? Is it even real at all? And the first movie didn't really go into that, so it's kind of cool to see them go that route. And again, the characters are more likable than before, and so because you really care about them this time around, like pretty much everyone this time around, it's more intense. Again, the first movie, I think, for whatever reason, I found it a little more unsettling. Like, I wasn't quite as cringy and not wanting to look at the screen as much as the first movie, though there were definitely moments of that. I mean, this movie is just genuinely straight up scary because of how well made it is, because the cinematography is amazing in this movie. The first movie looked great, but, I mean, good lord, this is the best looking movie I've seen all year. In the past couple of years, I mean, just James Wan. The guy can really make a great looking movie. This movie just absolutely is gorgeous, a feast for the eyes, despite the fact that sometimes you don't want to look at the screen because it's scary. But anyways, I was getting ahead of myself. You know, even though this is technically not, it didn't creep me out as much, it was more intense. I was really like, oh gosh, get out of there, go, 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 no, no, no. You know, it's pretty intense. You know, really well-paced movie. The story, I think, is more interesting this time around. They really tackle aspects that the movie didn't delve into. It absolutely is scary, very well directed, great characters. I mean, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are so good in this movie. I mean, they're great. I mean, I keep on saying, like, well, the first movie did this well, this movie does it way better. But I mean, that's just the case. This movie really does up the ante from the first movie in several different ways. And also, I mean, again, let's just talk about, you know, the scariness of the movie. Why is it scary? Well, James Wan, I mean, again, the cinematography is just so, just incredible to look at and so creepy. I mean, he really knows how to build tension because, as I said, this movie does deal with some of the tropes and, I guess, cliches that the, you know, the haunting genre has to offer. And there were a couple times where I could pretty much predict, like, okay, there's about to be something that's about to jump out. But because the creature design or the demon design was so creepy, and because the lighting and the music and the sound design is so creepy and unnerving that I was like, okay, jump scare in 3, 2, 1, or sometimes I'd be slightly off of 3, 2, 1. Still got me, dang it. And you know, and that's only a couple times. Like, most of the time, I was unsure, like, when's it gonna happen? And again, there are a bunch of jump scares. I don't like jump scares. Who likes jump scares? They're dumb. I mean, you ever seen Ouija, the quiet ones? It's not scary. It's just a bunch of jump scares. James Wan can do jump scares really well because it's not fake. It's not someone coming up behind like, hey, what's up? I got the beer, you know. It's more like a demon creeping up on your shoulder. You know, it's creepy. I mean, the sound design in this movie. It's just, I mean, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was saying before, like, yeah, this movie isn't as scary as the first movie to me. But, like, still, this movie is scary. Like, I was unnerved. I was really on the edge of my seat in this movie. Also, little thing, you know, there have been a whole lot of crappy movies about the Amityville Horror in the past, and this movie deals with the Amityville Horror. I mean, that's not the whole focus of the movie, but it, well, actually, at a certain point it does, again, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but, yeah, it does tie into that. And I realized, like, wow, this is a really clever way to basically kind of, sort of remake the Amityville Horror and actually make it pretty friggin' sweet. But yeah, overall, I think it's genuinely a great movie. I had a ton of fun watching it. It's even better than the first film, even though I technically wouldn't say it's quite as creepy. It is more intense than the first film, and I gotta give it an A. No, I am not ripping off Chris Stuckman. Yes, I came up with all the thoughts and all the things that I was going to say in this review before I watched anyone else's reviews. It's just, you know, people like Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns are YouTubers that I really enjoy, and so I wanted to say the reviews. But I didn't let them influence me. Like, I knew what I was going to say. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please rate and comment and subscribe. And if you want to, you can also share. Goodbye.